Here we go. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Off the Couch Boxing. I'm your host, Reckless Rex Ruger, along with the Alexis Arguello puppet.
And I'm your other host, Frankie the Flamethrower, back with another one.
Yeah, and happy to be back. Always happy to be back. Our guest is here and on time. Much appreciated. Salute. We love that, man. Certainly love that. And it's been going incredibly well, man. If people are tuning in and tapping in, they know the killer content is coming always.
Oh, he's like me in the zoo.
Ah, there he is. Rolling. Yep, he's Kelvin, do we got you?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Just can't see you. There he is. There's Kelvin.
There
How are you, man? Kelvin, it's awesome to have you on here, man. I'm glad we got a chance to do this, man. And thanks for doing it on such short notice, by the way, too.
No problem, man. It's like you called me at the right time. I'm on my way to go look at the Super Bowl game, right?
Yeah. And okay, so being as that you brought that up, and it is Super Bowl weekend at the time of us recording this, who's going to win this thing? And then we'll see how well this aged.
Man, look, the NFL is rigged. The Chiefs gonna win. Travis Kelce and that, and what's the singer name?
Taylor Swift. We're taking over the world on us.
They taking over.
I'm glad you put it out there and said it. Somebody needs to say it. Come on, man. This power couple is just all over the place.
Right.
So I got to ask Kelvin, and you are a Houston, Texas guy. I want to put it out there right now that I may be wearing the hat, sir, but I'm not representing Fifth Ward Posse in any way, shape, or form. I'm more like an honorary member.
Say, I know them. I know everybody from Rap Alive, from that company. I know all Golface. Golface was like my growing up was like my best friend. I went everywhere. I stayed the night at his house. I went on world tours with him, all that.
Reggie Johnson said the same thing, man. Reggie Johnson actually knows those guys too, man. We've had Reggie on the show, man. He's a Fifth Ward guy too.
My dad trained Reggie.
Yeah.
So I grew up on me and Reggie been in the ring probably about at least 100 times, easy.
Yeah, that's somebody that you know right there. and I gotta ask right off the rip, man. You're backpedaling a little bit. How did you get into boxing? We always seem to hear the same two stories, right, Benji's? It's always either your father brought you, or you were getting into a lot of fights as a kid, or sometimes both.
Okay, this what happened with me. It kind of happened like that, but it was a little different. See, I grew up in a bad neighborhood in Houston, on the east side of Houston, and my mom was addicted to drugs real bad. She's actually been clean for 20 years now. I'm so proud of her.
Thank God.
Yeah, right. But my mom was on drugs at the time. I knew the drug dealer that was bringing the drugs to her. I would see him around all the time. So I wanted $20. They had just came out with the little handhold like video games you could buy at Kmart.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted one of those. I was only like 10 years old. I wanted one. Everybody had one. I didn't have the money for it. So I went up to the drug dealer and I asked him for $20 to buy one of them games. Him knowing me as good as he did, he gave it to me. Yeah. And when he gave it to me, I went and got the game. I ran back across the street happy and I dropped it and broke it. So I went back. I went back to him and asked him for the $20 all over again. Say, man, I dropped the game. Please give me $20. But this time he gave me $40 in crack. He showed me how to sell it. He showed me how to cut it in half. He told me if I brought him the $40 back, he would give me $80, or I could just keep the $40. Well, as soon as I walked out the alley that I was in, man, it was a white man right there asked me for $40 worth of crack. I gave it to him. No, he asked me for $30 worth of crack. I gave him one. I cut the other one in half, and then my mom seen me doing it.
Ooh.
So, hey, she whooped my ass, and she told me, she said that I was growing up too fast. She couldn't raise me. I needed to be around my father, so he can show me the right way. And she sent me off to stay with my dad, and I got there. When I got there, he told me, he say, this the laws. Everything that goes on in this house stays in this house. The next day, I'm going to put you in football, put you some athletes. I got to start playing football. And he said, if you fail, to the boxing gym. He always wanted me to box.
Yeah.
And I failed. I made a D. I didn't even fail. I made a 74. He called that failing. And he took me out of football, put me in boxing, and I was there ever since.
Oh, come on, Pops. 74 is a solid C. Come on. I mean,
Yeah,
failing,
definitely.
that's rough. That's rough.
Also though, the drug dealer telling you to pitch crack at 10 years old, that's crazy.
That's really crazy. Yeah. Yeah,
Look,
that's crazy.
Right, man. I'm writing a book about my life right now. I'm almost finished with it. I probably got about a week worth of writing left, and it's gonna be amazing, man. Because see, as a kid, I was having dreams of me being the devil, but being the king in heaven, like the devil in heaven. And I was caught the other way around, that the devil, if you was the devil, that was bad. So I rejected it. I was like, man, I'm fucking something going on with me. I'm going crazy. But then as I'm getting older, and my grandmother told me that she was having the same dreams of me. See, I used to ask my grandmother all the time. I'd be like, Grandma, I'm gonna see you in heaven. And she never would answer me, because at the time I didn't know this. I was too young. But at the time, my grandmother had killed the lady and beat the case in trial. Well, yeah, she beat the case in trial, but she didn't know if she was. When I asked her was she going to heaven, she never would give me a yes or a no answer. She would just kind of give me like runarounds. You know what I'm saying?
Verdict is still out.
At the time I didn't know what had happened, and come to find out that she killed the preacher's wife.
Wow, and never got caught for it.
Never got caught.
Beat the case.
But she went to court for it, so they had to take her to jail. But some kind of way she beat it. I don't know what happened, but she murdered the preacher's wife in the hospital, and she was pregnant. The lady.
I want to know about you saying you was almost done writing your book. Are you going to make that audio book for him?
Look, I'm going to make it audio book for him.
You got to read it.
You got to read it, though.
Listen, I'm not going to read it. I got a boy. When I tell y'all who going to read it, it's going to be big if he follow through with me. I got Scarface to read it.
Oh, that'd be great.
That'd be great. A platinum artist gonna read the book for me,
which is great.
I can't wait.
And that's actually amazing, because I read Scarface's book, and Scarface didn't even narrate his own audiobook, so that's doing you a big solid.
Right. I mean, like I told you, I've been around Face since I was a kid, man. 17 years old. I remember skipping school to go with him to concerts.
And I got to say, man, that as a guy who loves that old school hip hop, I love what it says on the back of Scarface's book, because I think this sums up Scarface the best. He is your favorite rapper's favorite rapper. He's just one of those guys that's so goddamn good at it.
Yeah, you're right. You're so right. Everybody loves Brad, man. That's my boy.
Yeah. So you knew all the Ghetto Boys then?
I know all of them. I've been around them, man, since I was kids.
Even the great Willie D, huh?
Yeah, I know. Willie D and Reggie Johnson, they best friends.
Yeah, I know. I know. Reggie was on here and actually told us that, man. And so you've been out on tours with Scarface, you said too, right? In what capacity? Like, you just go out just to hang? Are you doing security in some kind of way, or?
I'm going to have a good time. I don't want to
be part of the entourage.
Yeah, right, the entourage.
I don't want to be working. I'm trying to go have some fun.
I wasn't sure why he wanted you there, because you obviously made a good living, in knocking people out and punching people in the face. So maybe you're there to do just that,
I got a beautiful story about Scarface and me in Atlanta in the Super Bowl, when Atlanta first went to the Super Bowl in the 90s. Yep. And I'm gonna have y'all laughing. Check it out. So I'm with Scarface and the Rap A Lot family. I pulled two of the most beautiful women. I'm only at this time, I'm probably 24, 25. I pulled two of the most beautiful women I had ever talked to in my life. You hear me?
You go, Calvin. Yeah, get it.
And she knew, they knew who I was with. So I was like, could you come on, we're gonna stay. I'm staying with Face tonight. We're gonna hang out with Face tonight. Y'all come with me. So I bring them back to the limo that we was in, and Face like, man, no, Calvin, I got somebody coming to the spot for you tonight, though. I say, but look what I got. They beautiful. They both of them wanted me. They were like, we'll come there with you. They didn't even wasn't worried about face. I was just trying to put them off on face. But he was like, man, I got you. I got you. Somebody coming over. So we get to the house, to his house. This when he was over Def Jam. He was over Def Jam South over in Atlanta. And so we boom, we get to his house. About 5 minutes later, a knock at the door. He opens the door. The girl is by herself. So I'm scratching my head like, what's up?
Yeah.
He said, man, the friend didn't want to come. She had some time. She had something to do. He said, but I'm gonna go handle my business. I'm gonna send her out to you. I said, all right, man, all right. So he go in the room. He never come out the next morning. He say, man, she didn't want to come out. I said, of course she didn't want to come out. She's in the room with a platinum recording artist. Why she want to come out with me?
Yeah. And plus, you brought your own too, anyway.
I had my own too, but he wouldn't even let me. He
made him ditch his own too.
He made me ditch my own too.
Right, that's what I mean. But yeah, I mean, yeah. So I mean, and then the friend comes empty-handed. That's terrible. You can't do that.
Can't do that. He messed over me.
Come on, Face.
I know. Yeah. Come on, Face. Yeah. I hope that story's going in the book, man. I think Face needs to be outed for that.
I'm talking about, listen, I was in the studio. This is what I'm talking about in the book. I was in the studio with Master P, Scarface, Jay Prince, and C Murder. When they made the song, this is for my homies. And I remember thinking at that time, I'm in the room with $1 billion.
Yeah, literally.
It was a power in that room.
Yeah,
it was $1 billion in that room at one time. I remember being like 22, 23 years old saying, man, there's $1 billion in this room. And I'm looking around, I'm like, man, wow.
Yeah, people forget, man. Master P was like the king of 90s rap, dude. He was on top for a while, man.
Master P's so rich, he still got kids about to graduate high school. He don't even care, bro. He just
the cash flow never gets turned off. And so, when you start boxing, do you have like an idol or a guy that you're looking up to at that time?
Man, it's crazy because when I started boxing, I looked up to Muhammad Ali. Like I had it on my helmet, on my headgear. I had his name spray painted on my headgear, and it's crazy because I actually got a chance to fight in front of him.
Yeah.
And when I walked up to him, he threw his hands over at me and threw a punch at me.
Nice. That's a nice moment, though.
Yeah. And it was the nicest moment ever for me to be 21 years old. Looking up to Ali my whole life, and for him to throw a punch at me, man, yeah. I wish he would have hit me.
Now what about current favorites? Are there any guys that you're watching that are currently doing it right now that you're a big fan of?
Man, it got some good cats out there right now.
We just saw a bad decision the other night.
Yeah.
I like, man. A lot of people don't like him, but I like Shakur Stevenson, man. Boxing. The name of the game is hit and not get hit, and he's the best hitter right now, in my opinion. And a lot of people don't like him because he's too defensive. But in my eyes, defenses win championships.
Yeah, good point. Good point. Yeah, he took a lot of flack for that last fight. He did. He took a lot of flack.
Yeah.
But I don't buy one bit though that he's retiring though.
No, he's saying he want to fight Teofimo now.
Yeah.
Yeah. What y'all think about Ryan Garcia fighting what's his name?
Devin Haney.
Yeah, I just talked about it. I just talked about it on our page the other day. I did a Facebook reel about it. One thing though, whether you like that fight or not, those two know how to sell a fight, though.
Right about that.
And
my dad refereed Ryan Garcia's last fight.
Did he?
Yeah, that's my dad refereeing the fight.
Okay. And yeah, I mean, Ryan likes to run his mouth, and it seems like Devin Haney likes to run his mouth, and we definitely know Bill Haney likes to run his mouth. So I mean,
I think it's gonna be an interesting fight.
Yeah, but Bill do be doing too much sometimes.
And the interesting thing is that they fought 6 times in the amateur, and they both won 3 times.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's
like they got history. Yeah, they got history, and they've beaten each other the same amount of times. Now this is the first time fighting in the pros, but this is kind of like Game 7 right here. This will break the tie. I mean,
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
another story for you guys too. That's gonna be in the book about me the first time I met Floyd Mayweather.
Okay.
Okay, I wasn't a national champion at this time. Later on, I went on to win 8 national championships, but at this time, I wasn't a national championship. But we was at the nationals, and I had a friend that knew Floyd Mayweather, and he had a brother that was friends with Floyd. Well, they were going out that night, and they invited me to go out with them. The brother invited me to go out with Floyd and them. And I had looked up to Floyd because he was, man, when we was kids, Floyd was so, his technique, his fundamentals,
Sure.
he was so just perfectly sound. And so I looked up to him. So when my friend asked me to come go to the party with him, I was like, man, I'm fighting for a national championship tomorrow, my first one. If I get caught past 9 o'clock, I'm kicked out the tournament. But
Yeah.
I looked at the Floyd so much, I was like, I was willing to risk it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, you know what? This Floyd, I'm going to meet him. Boom. So I go to the spot where they told us to meet, and when I get there, Floyd say, who invited him? Who told y'all to tell him he can come? I say, what you mean? He say, I only hang out with national champions. You ain't no national. I said, I'm winning my first one tomorrow. He said, How you gonna win a national championship and you out partying with us? I said, hold up, you fighting for a national championship tomorrow too? He said, yeah, but I already got 4 or 5 of them. I was like,
yeah, that's true. He's already got a few in the bag already.
Right. I say, I'm winning my first one tomorrow. I ain't staying late at this party. I'm finna go to this party for a couple of minutes with y'all, and I'm leaving.
Yeah.
We get to the party, we there only 15 minutes. The Nationals was on the campus of Marquette, Michigan. We there 15 minutes. The campus police knock at the door. So now Floyd the one went to the door. He didn't want nobody to open the door, and it was the security guard. So he wanted to go to the door and see who it was. So he went to the door and he looked at the door. He turned back around at me, said, "The cops." I ran to the window. We was on the 2nd floor. They looked at me like, "You fit jump out the window?" I said, "Man, I'm not fit to get caught by these cops. I got to fight tomorrow." I jumped out the window. They followed behind me. We was 4 of us. We all 4 made it back to the rooms, and I won my first national championship. I walked up to him and I said, "I told you," and I threw the gloves to him and asked him to sign them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow,
That's a good story. Yeah, that's a good story.
Jump out of a window, dude.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I know. I can't even see that. I can't even imagine that. Floyd always seems so controlled. You know what I mean? Like he always, he's very disciplined. I mean, he even walks around close to his fighting weight. I mean, he's special. He's special.
And he always had that. He always had that little attitude, though.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
He always was cocky and arrogant. That's what he was. Yeah.
Now, who was the fight? Now, obviously, you've got names on your resume. Alfonso Gomez, Josh Clottey. But was there one guy out there that you wanted to fight that fell through? A guy you really wanted?
Man, listen. My career, my early part of my career, I couldn't pay for a fight. So I started giving, at the end of my career, I didn't get the fights until I was 32, 33, 34 years old. People didn't give me my shit until I was old. I was supposed to start off fighting world-class fights. I was #1 in the country for 5 straight years. I was supposed to be one of the top people that came out there that year. And they waited till I got old to give me my opportunity. And I'm not making no excuses about this boxing. It's like I was supposed to take care of the opportunities, but I didn't. I had gave up. I didn't want it anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And what about when you see these? Gimmick fights? Like when you see these Jake Paul type fights, man. You think these are good for boxing? These spectacle fights?
I called out Jake Paul, his brother. I called them out because they call out everybody. So I called them 2 out on Twitter. They won't return. They won't answer my calls. No, I know Guzman. I know they trainers, and I trained with Guzman for about 6 weeks when I was fighting. So I know the people that they working with and everything. But I can't get a call back. I say, man, look, I'm a professional boxer with a winning record. You fighting MMA fighters, a win over me will look a lot better than a win over them. Give me a shot.
Which one would you like to fight more, or does it not even matter?
It don't even matter. They both can't fight.
Yeah.
They both. Hey, let me tell you something. You know the best fighter that I ever been in the ring with, though?
Who?
Pernell Whitaker.
Oh, the best. Rest in peace to Sweet Pea, a legend, a bona fide legend.
Man, listen, I'm finna tell y'all, when he came to Houston, I was 17 years old. He went to he called that round and asked every boxing promoter who was the best person for him to spar while he was out here. Everybody said me. So when he came to the gym, he was like, man, I can't. When they told everybody was telling me I couldn't believe they was talking about a 17-year-old kid. He say, shit, let's get in the ring and I want to see what you got. Because everybody's saying you the guy I'm supposed to come out here and work with. So we got in the ring. And I learned so much from Pernell Whitaker that day because I couldn't hit him with a baseball bat. He had angles on me. I learned so much about just boxing in general because I was a tough guy. I wanted to fight. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't about to run from you ain't gonna have to look for me, none of that. I'm gonna be there for you to find. But when I sparred when I sparred Pernell, it changed my whole aspect on the sport of boxing. Like that's why I respect the guys that hit and don't get hit right now because that's the sport. That's the name. If you look at the definition of boxing, it's gonna say he did not get hit.
Right. And there's no and there's no you don't get a special medal for taking a lot of shots to the head. No one's and of course, obviously, being in the sport, there's not a lot there for boxers after their career to help them out either, which is unfortunate.
Man, listen, I thank my father so much. Y'all don't understand. My dad was a hard worker. He worked in chemical plants, a welder, truck driver. He owned car lots. He owned transmission shops. He fucking owned race horses. He was a hard worker. So when boxing was over for me, it was nothing for me to go work and get in to provide for my family and myself. Because I seen my father do it my whole life. But like you said, a lot of fighters, they get addicted to the fast money, easy money, not having to work for it. And then when their career's over with, they lost. They don't know what to do because this is the one thing they've been doing their whole life.
Right.
So I want to ask you, I mean, obviously you started off top of the interview, you're talking about you're going to watch the Super Bowl. So obviously football, but like post boxing, what do you like to get into? Like, what do you fill your time with now?
Well, I was in the boxing gym my whole life since the age of 10 years old. So now my outlet is I have to work out. Like I'm addicted to working out. So now my outlet is the weights. Like I stay on the weights, working treadmill, out in 24-hour fitness every day, and I have to be.
Yeah, you know who did that and took that to the extreme that I saw on the internet, dude, was Mike Bibby. You know the basketball player?
Yeah, I know.
He's like ripped now.
For real?
Like, wicked jacked.
Yeah. A lot of guys. Yeah, a lot of guys
For
go crazy.
No reason, dude. He doesn't even do anything. He's just ripped.
Yeah. Yeah. Just got addicted to working out. I mean, there's worse things to be addicted to. That's for sure.
Right.
And so do you have any hand in boxing at all right now after your fighting career, or any interest in having, are you doing any training? Are you looking into, gyms, maybe getting into some of these gimmick fights? You're calling out the Jake and Logan Paul.
Well, I just really I still go to the boxing gym, hit the bag, do a little workout. I stay fit. I help out. I try to go to like the little local gyms and help the kids, every once in a while. I just go walk in the gym, just straight off, go and work out on myself and help kids while I'm in there too. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So that's what I really be on. Like far as I had a dream that my son won everything that I didn't win. The only thing that I didn't win was a world title and an Olympic gold medal. Well, my son right now, he's 5 years old, and he loves fighting. He's dynamite, boy. He loves fighting. So hopefully my dream come true. You know what I'm saying? I dreamed everything I ever dreamed. I feel tell y'all this, everything that I ever dreamed happened to me. Everything.
Bro,
And how old is your son
hey,
right now? How old is your
before
son?
you go, you ain't lying, bro, because that shit happened to me too, bro. My daughter was born, and I had a dream the week before, bro, that my wife was pregnant with a daughter, and she didn't even know she was pregnant.
Right.
And then we just found out she was.
I've been to prison. So I had one of my 5-year-old, he was born while I was in prison. So look, my son's mother, she's crying. I said, look, God gonna show me the baby before you. I'm gonna see it before you. I'm gonna see it tonight. So I went to sleep and had a dream of the baby and woke up and described the baby to her like, well, he gonna have green eyes. Y'all know black people don't have no damn green eyes. I said he's gonna be born with green eyes. He's gonna be bright like you, and he's gonna have my facial features, but your big forehead. And, my son was born with green eyes. He looked exactly like me. He's bright with his mama big forehead, just like I described him.
Called it.
And man, it's crazy. I just hope the rest of my dreams come out true about my son, because I think he's gonna be a world champion.
And telling your girl she had a big forehead didn't get you a night of sleeping on the couch?
Nah, she knows she had a big forehead.
Nah, he said he was locked up when he told her that, right?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. You were probably safe. Yeah, you were a lot safer than you would have.
She wasn't. Yo, she wasn't putting nothing on the J-Pay though for like a week though.
He was a little late. He was a little late in the commissary for a little while. That's how she gets back at you. Yeah. So this book, do you have an expected release date for it? Because we're big time readers, man. So obviously, when you say book, I'm perking up.
Yeah. Okay. Especially audio. You said audio book. I'm in. Yeah.
Read by Scarface. Dude, take my money. Here, I'm in.
Listen, I'm trying to release it on my grandmother's birthday, Halloween.
Okay.
Good day. Okay. Good day.
So that's my date right there, Halloween, man. My grandmother's birthday. That's the date.
And did you find it hard going back and writing about hard parts of your life? A lot of people will say that it's difficult, but then a lot of people will also say that it's very therapeutic going back and writing and putting all that stuff down on paper.
Man, listen, I feel tell y'all what was the hardest part of me writing about it in the book. Okay, I leave the Olympics. Shirley Finkel, y'all know who Shirley Finkel is, right?
Yeah.
Shirley Finkel is in my dressing room. He comes in there, he tells me, "You the best fighter in the Olympics. I want to sign you." Do y'all believe it? I didn't go with him? The dumbest move I ever made in my life. I'm talking about the dumbest mistake I ever made in my life was not walking out the Olympics with Shirley Finkel.
Yeah.
Worst mistake I ever made. And after that, I went back to Houston. My dad forced me to sign a contract with him because I had told Shirley Finkel I was still in high school. I need to finish high school. I like, as soon as I finish high school, I'm coming up there and sign the contract with you. And I got back to Houston. My dad forced me to sign a contract with him, and he wanted to sell the contract to Shirley Finkel. But I was telling my dad, "Pop, Shirley Finkel gonna give me $1 million. I'm gonna give you $100,000. All you want is $100,000." At that time, he got a little greedy. I feel like that. I just feel like I would have gave you $100,000, Pop.
Right. Not about that.
So that's something that you reel on and think about. Like my dad might have stopped me short.
Yeah, but it's in the book. I promise I ain't hold nothing back. I'm just gonna let y'all know I didn't hold nothing back when I finish telling this story. I'm a sex offender, man, but I'm really not a sex offender. I'm fucking 18 years old. I got a girlfriend that's 16 years old. I'm a senior. She's a sophomore. I get back from the Olympics. I tell her that I'm moving to New York with Shirley Finkel as soon as the school year is over with. She asked me, was I gonna take her with her, or was she gonna was we still gonna be talking? I told her, man, I gotta go on my life right now. We was kissing in the hallway. A couple of students walked by. My hand was up her dress, and went to the office and told on us. They found indecency with a minor for kissing a minor.
Wow. That's a tough rap, man. That's a tough rap. 18 and 16, man. And girls grow up fast, too, man. You know what I mean?
I'm a senior in high school. She a sophomore.
Right.
Yeah.
Nah. If you're both in high school,
you can go to every school in America and arrest at least 20 kids for doing the same thing I did.
No doubt about it. I was 18 years old, and I remember flirting with 16-year-old girls, 15-year-old girls, for God's sakes, even. You know, I mean.
So, like I said, I ain't holding nothing back, man. I let it in the book. I'm talking about the lowest of lowest to the highest of highs, and it's my life story, you know. And
well, I know. I certainly know as a reader that I appreciate that, man. I love the candidness and the honesty. It was one of the things that me and Benji's both liked about Sugar Ray Leonard's book. He told his story and he didn't leave out none of the dark parts, you know, being unfaithful to his wife, to his cocaine years, all that stuff. He was very brutally honest and very hard on himself.
Right. Yeah, I can't wait, man. I really can't wait for the book to come out. It's called A Devilish Heaven.
The Devilish Heaven?
It's called A Devilish Heaven.
Oh, that's a good title. That's a strong title. Did you come up with the title?
Yes, sir. I came up with the title. I did the design of the book. My wife, she's real big on God. So when she's like on the computer, she can do anything, but she won't help me at all with my book.
Why? Because of the title? Yeah.
It's a strong title.
Yeah, it's still a strong title.
Yeah, it's everybody a devilish heaven. Wow, that's so beautiful. That's so beautiful, man.
Now, if it gets turned into a movie, man, who plays you in the movie?
I never thought about that.
I could see 50 Cent playing him.
I can see, hey.
And you got to have somebody to play a young you. Who plays?
Yeah, you got someone to play a young you. But right now, I could say that maybe Fitty could pull it off.
Man, listen, I gotta.
Yeah, but 50's more like dark skinned though. Then.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
I got a special thank you to 50, man. If he looking at this or he gonna see somebody gonna tell him I got a special thank you. Y'all don't know how much pussy I done got because of 50 Cent, me looking like him.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Women, everywhere I go, they say, "Oh, you look like 50." And when I wasn't married, I used to use that, you know.
Why not? Yeah, why not? I mean,
yeah,
I would too, man. I mean,
there's a guy I know from around the way around where I'm from, and he looks like 50 Cent, and everyone just calls him Fifth.
Yeah. It's all in the smile and in the eyes. But if there was a movie, 50 could definitely do it, man. No question about it, man. So.
I hope it get on that level to where it can be a movie. I really would, man. I probably would break down crying, man.
Yeah. Well, listen, man. It was really great talking to you. I hope you'll stay in touch with us, and we can have you on again from time to time. We'd love to have you back.
Anytime, man. Just give me a call. Y'all know how to.
Can't wait for the book, man. Cannot wait for the book, man. Keep us updated on it, man. And please, and like I said, please stay in touch, and we'd love to have you on again.
Thank you, man. Just give me a call. I got y'all.
All right. I appreciate you, Calvin. Thanks so much for doing this, man. We appreciate you.
Much love, champ.
Much love. Appreciate it. Enjoy the Super Bowl. There he goes. There he goes right there, man. Time to wrap this amazing episode. That was the great Calvin Green. Put some respect on his name. Straight out of Houston, Texas. Rolling with Scarface. That impressed me more than any boxing shit, but he was 21-7-1, 13 knockouts.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Part of the Fifth Ward Posse. You folks gotta, if you're watching right now and you don't like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, you're absolutely out of your mind. Because, bro, we damn near already talked to Willie D's best friend, Scarface's best friend, and they're professional boxers with great records.
Yeah.
So,
we're gonna demote you. Yeah, we're gonna demote you down to the second ward.
Right.
If there is one. If not, we're gonna make one. Yeah.
So shout out Gary Busey, because I can go 15 seconds with anything.
Yeah. And big ups to Calvin Green for doing the interview. Appreciate him. Be on the lookout for his book later on this year.
The Devilish A devilish heaven.
A devilish heaven where he, as he said, is not going to hold anything back from his days of slinging crack at 10 years old, for fuck's sake, man. All the way up on through incarceration, fighting,
I can't even imagine a grown man handed me a 40 ball of crack.
Woo! That's living, man. That's living right there, man. That's a guy that's seen a few things, man. He's seen a thing or two, man. And so the book sounds like you can't miss, man. He's already got my money, man. So anybody that's going to be pre-ordering, show me the line. Show me the
slogan.
Hit him with the slogan. Well, thank you, Calvin Green. Be sure to like and follow us on Facebook, and be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And remember,
I already told him that.
Yeah. That's true. You did. Alexis Arguello said nothing, but I will say it for him because I can't get him to say it. But
He's got something next episode, though, right?
Hopefully. But anyways, if you want to be a champion, please remember to roll with the champ.